Okay, we're here at the Neosis CIO Symposium, and we're talking to Jerry Carlson, Microsoft, today. Hey, Jerry, how's it going?
It's going great, man. How are you?
All right. Hey, what do you do with Microsoft?
My job title is Collaboration Architect. I do it for our Heartland District, which comprises of Michigan, Ohio, Tennessee, and Kentucky.
All right, you know how it is with the computer industry. It changes so fast. And
Absolutely.
maybe 10 years ago, we were all running probably Windows XP on a Toshiba or a Dell or some kind of laptop device.
Right.
And in the last, well, few years at least, things have really changed. Tell us a little about the evolution.
Well, I think the change is actually great and impactful. I think that the iPad is a nice device. It does a pretty good job. You know, it's great hardware. I think that really it boils down to what's the job of the device. That's what I really focus on, because the iPad in the hands of a CEO maybe can check email, look at spreadsheets, it could be highly mobile, you can even watch videos on it, be highly productive in his view. But that same iPad in the hands of a product development manager, even someone that does all the finances and stuff, you know, it becomes a different device. So I'm an advocate for what is the job of the device, anywhere from consuming information to like the e-readers of the Kindle, to creating content, to two big screens, quad core, etc., etc. So
right.
For me, any advice I give you is say, look at the job of the device. That job of the device will match the use case of it. That's my advice to you.
Yeah, you know, I agree. I need the big screen and the big keyboard when I'm doing some
Right.
coding or editing or something for quick hits where I've got to try to fumble through the keypad or something.
Right.
You know, the old days also, there was the whole Alpha Geek thing where
Yeah.
the devices on your belt. You had your pager and calculator and phone. And,
I remember.
you know, now it's we don't really want to have, you know, a phone and a tablet and 10 different things to carry.
Right. I think I agree with your point. I still think there'll be couple devices and everything, because it's hard to carry those two screens and your big giant tower out to the beach. So there's different scenarios where you still want up-to-date information. I think the phone lends itself to that. So imagine a scenario where you take a picture with your phone. It can even automatically upload to some kind of a cloud storage. Once you do that, you may want to go home, and now on your bigger screen you may want to edit that picture. Or say it's a video, it's even different, right? You used to have different video editing capabilities on that PC at home. So we see them playing in concert with each other, but the job of the phone at that point was to take the picture. The job of the PC was to edit and share it. Now you could do it on either one and everything, but I think each form factor lent itself to that scenario. Just an example.
And you know, I may be spoiled, but I have to multitask. I can't be trapped in one app and then close it. And I like my ports. You know, I like to be able to plug stuff in, and I don't want to have to learn a new OS or a whole new bunch of apps every time something new comes out. What's Microsoft doing in that area?
So whether you knew it or not, we've worked on tablets for 15 years or so. It's a personal passion of Bill Gates. You'll now see that actually a lot of our partners are coming out with tablets. We have a couple out in the market right now, HP, XOPC. They're launching these at the Christmas time holiday right now. You'll see next year early, maybe at CES, a plethora of other people coming out with them. We think they're unique in a couple of ways, is that we think the form factor gets a little bit more interesting or sexy, if you will, you know, a little bit more iPad-ish, if you want. But we also think there's a benefit to being Windows. It's familiar, like you said. You can use the operating system like you used to be using. It has ports on the side. You can plug in that old HP printer that you had for the last 5 years, so you can't really do that inside the iPad world. You know, it also has a lot of things like you can join it to a domain, you can manage it, the security's there, auditing, especially if you're in a regulated industry. So we think it's natural. If I can use a word, I say natural. It's the way you're used to really using it. So we really give you the best of both worlds there.
And it ties into what you say about the job. You know,
Right.
Most of us, and our job revolves around things like connecting to Exchange and corporate networks and doing our Windows applications.
Right, that's a good point you bring up. They say there's 200,000 apps at the App Store. Well, how many Windows apps are there? There's got to be millions. And my point is that you don't have to do anything different to do those. You know, you can run QuickBooks right on the tablet out of the gate without having to recode that thing. So my point is that the world paradigm doesn't always shift that there's an app for everything. You already have the apps. It's just what device you're running it on. We think that the slate running Windows will be pretty powerful.
All right, well, you did a great presentation today. We were speaking with Jerry Carlson, Microsoft. Talk to you soon. All right.